Hello, and welcome back. I'll probably be taking an intentional break from posting for a while, possibly forever, if YouTube does not cut it out with their horse shit. It'll definitely give me time to build a backlog of videos instead of skating by on the skin of my teeth like I've been doing. And you should too! Taking a break from YouTube, that is. Maybe also the video thing, who knows? I don't know what you do. Or you could at least use an ad blocker like uBlock or something like that. It doesn't matter, just don't give YouTube money. More importantly, the people of Palestine can use our aid in the face of the genocidal Zionist occupation. Beyond Israel's general atrocities, the peoples of Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo could also use our support. And on a United States level, the fascist Republican Party is undermining human rights and ruining the country in the name of profit. I have a link tree with various options to offer support linked in the description below. If you have any aid organizations you regard highly, please leave a comment and I'll take a look. But for now, it's showtime! Let's finish up the last two Lavender Heart-to-Hearts real quick. These are both on Valak Mountain. The first is a snowy hot spring between Shulk and Riki, found at Jakt Geyser. The Japanese title is, Nengan no Yukimi Onsen Damo, which I think translates to something like, a snow-viewing hot spring is one's heart's desire too, or something along those lines? I think. Riki, got a second? I want to ask you something. Riki? What are you doing? Riki love hot water. All Nopan love hot spring. Oh, right. Gotcha. The water actually looks kinda chilly, though. Riki's nose not stop running. That can't be good for you, Riki. Better get out while you can. If Riki leave hot spring now, Riki too cold. Stop acting like a kid, Riki. Riki not child. Riki 40 years old this year. Shulk just a little pun. Sorry, Riki. But Shulk right. Riki sometimes act like little pun. Ah! The geezer's blown him away. I'm starting to wonder if Riki's lying about his age. Oh, Riki learned his lesson. Great. Now I'll bring you a hot drink so it'll be less cold. Wow, thank you, Shulk. Back in a minute. Riki, look forward. Hey, what's going on? Where's Riki got to? Riki? Hey, Riki, you here? Not too hot, not too cold. My mistake. I thought it just looked cold. Riki, look across snowy hills and enjoy hot water. It's perfect, Shulk. I don't really see the appeal, but if you like it, that's cool. Shulk's still a little pun. I'm still a kid. When Shulk become 40, Shulk understand Riki's hobby. It's gonna be a while then. So Shulk should learn from Riki and become great hom-hom adult. Ah! The geezer's blown him away! All things considered, I'm not sure Riki is the best role model. Shulk jump in water too! You want me to join you in there? Otherwise, Shulk never know how good hot spring is. I guess you're right. Do not worry, Shulk. Shulk will like water same as Riki. Ah! The geezer's blown him away! time for me to make a run for it. Sorry, Riki. I don't understand what that's about. Why do you need to make a run for it now that he's been blown away by the geyser? It's not like you're in charge of the geyser. God, look at this thing. The other heart-to-heart is First Sight of Snow between Fiora and Reyn. It can be found at the War God statue through the Luz Church. In Japanese, the title is Miwatasu Giri Miwatasu Kagiri Miwatasu Bear with me here. Miwatasukagiri no Yuki Kashiki, which translates to something like a snowy landscape as far as the eye can see. I hate the cold. How come? I just do, you know? The snow doesn't help. I've never even seen snow before. Me neither. It looks so white. Nothing like this ever happens back at the colony. I don't get it. What's up with balls of ice just falling from the sky? Stupid idea, if you ask me. You think so? What, and you don't? I'm sorry. The thing is, Shulk taught me about why the sky rains ice like this. Did he now? That Shulk sure knows a thing or two. Yeah, sometimes I can't believe how different you two are. Sorry, can't all be brilliant. Anyway, go on, tell me about why it rains ice then. I don't remember. But hey, you said you knew. I did, I just forgot, alright? Sure you ain't lying to me? No, I'm not lying to you, Reyn. Quit staring at me like that. Ask me again tomorrow, alright? I'm sure I'll remember by then. I better get Shulk to explain it to me again soon. Give me a second. Water from Aerith Sea evaporates. Then what reaches the sky freezes and rains down as ice. You don't say. Now that I'd have never guessed. To tell the truth, I only half understand it myself. Right, that's it. We've been chatting here so long, my toes are about to fall off. Don't be so dramatic, Reyn. I'm with you. It's strange. Do you think the people back home would want to see this? I bet they'd be amazed. Yeah, I mean, we come from a place that's warm all year round. A land covered in ice is like this crazy dream world. Yeah, I think the little ones would love to play in the snow. No doubt. You reckon we could pile some up and take it back to the colony? It'll melt as soon as we move towards a warmer climate. Then we better get someone to help who knows about this stuff. Right. Well, that could work. The problem is, where do we even start? I reckon we'd need some kind of, special container? I guess we'll have to enlist Professor Shulk. Nice one. Same as always, huh? I've been relying on him since we were kids. You're not wrong. Let's talk to him about it later. There's a plan if I ever heard one. That sounds like a great idea. Everyone would be so excited. The adults are busy rebuilding their homes, right? So the kids could play with all this snow while they work. Yeah, that's brilliant, Reyn. You have some pretty good ideas once in a while. You could have left out the once in a while part. We should try and figure out the best way to transport it. It'll melt if we just carry it back ourselves. Yeah, didn't think of that. I'll get Shulk. He'll know what to do. Wait a minute, this is your plan. You come up with something. Give me a break, Fiora. You should know me and Shulk work as a team. You'll never change. Either of you, I'd imagine. Now, let's move on to the final tier of Heart-to-Hearts, which coincides with the final tier of Party Affinity, the Pink Heart. This is achieved when 2 characters reach 5,000 affinity points. Note that you can't increase affinity a single point past 5,000, as it's used in the algorithms for determining if you get a chain link in the chain attack, how many turns you get during gem crafting, and whether party support triggers during gem crafting. But this raises a question. Why do we have Heart-to-Hearts for this final tier? Certainly, I feel like there should be some capstone for 2 characters reaching max affinity, but one last Heart-to-Heart is a strange choice. Consider, what do we get from completing a Heart-to-Heart? One is an interaction between 2 characters outside the main story, which is certainly welcome. But mechanically, we receive 200 to 400 affinity points, which wind up going to waste because we're at the affinity point cap. This becomes even stranger when you consider that there aren't any Heart-to-Hearts for the blue affinity tier. Why would a source of affinity points be restricted to when the characters have max affinity points, especially when there is an entire lower tier that doesn't have Heart-to-Hearts at all? I don't know, it doesn't make sense. It's a strange decision. Let's grab a couple of these suckers. At Kneecap Hill after Tefra Cave, we can find a scene revisited between Fiora and Reyn. There's an interesting quirk to this one. Apparently, it's specifically programmed to only spawn in after the Mechon raid on Colony 9. Which is weird, because we can't even get here until after the Mechon raid on Colony 9. Why would it be programmed like that? Regardless, the Japanese title is Itsuka Bita Fuke, the scenery seen some time ago. It's fairly similar, but still different enough to note. Reyn, look! What a sight! It's a sight, all right. What's wrong, Reyn? It's not like you to look so serious. Hey, I can be serious if I want to. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. What's on your mind? Tomorrow's dinner. What else? I look out across this beautiful vista and I can't help but think, what are we gonna eat tonight? What? How are the two in any way connected? I'm just worried about it, okay? You know it's my turn to make dinner. And you always get angry when I cook. And you know why, too. Because you just cook meat. So, meat's good. It's full of, meat. And don't you think my cooking's improved since I left the colony? Well, I don't remember you cooking a single meal at the colony, so... Nope, I never touched a frying pan in my life. But I'm a new Reyn these days, and I've decided that tonight, I'm gonna make you my extra special specialty. Oh, what is it? Sautéed beast on the bone. So I get a big old joint of meat. Then I marinate it for 24 hours and roast over an open fire. A real man's dinner. If that's all you can come up with, I'm never eating your food again. And as if I'm waiting another 24 hours for tonight's dinner. Gotcha. Don't worry, Fiora, I was only joking. Yeah, laugh it up. It's all one big joke to you. The rest of us are sick of you serving up big burnt slabs of meat. Alright, fine. Why don't you teach me how to cook more stuff? Now, Reyn, I don't mind teaching you, but are you going to listen? You know what happened last time, don't you? You borrowed the Monado and tried to use it to cut vegetables. Don't you worry, Fiora. When we get back to the colony, I'll be the best student ever. You better not let me down. I can just see you injuring yourself using a real knife. Right. Man, this cooking stuff sounds dangerous. I hope you're gonna be gentle with me, Fiora. That's a weird one, right? He borrowed the Monado to cut vegetables? The Monado is actively malicious. Gourmet cabbage parcels. I read the recipe in some book. It looked like something even I could manage. Sounds like you're learning. I can't wait. No, I remember Charlotte saying she didn't like cabbage parcels. Oh, alright then. I won't cook after all. Wait a minute. You were supposed to be making it for me, not Charlotte. Yeah, I did, but you know, majority rules. I've got to cater to all tastes. Meat it is. How is that catering to all tastes? I already told you I don't want meat. Right, how about an omelette? They're easy to make, and Charlotte's a big fan. Hey, no one was talking about Charlotte. Why'd you bring her up? But I guess if you want eggs, I can't really mess that up. Hooray for Reyn, the best chef on all Bionis. You bet. Before you know it, I'll be cooking up a storm. The first time I came here. Before I came here with Shulk, I'd never seen this place. Was there something special about that day? You've never told me about it. You could say that. It's the day we set out from Colony 9. Well, it might not have been the exact day. I don't remember. Oh, I see. Was that just after I was taken? I messed up pretty badly that day. Why would you say that? Man, now you're the one who's not acting like yourself. I suppose. But if I hadn't tried to be a hero, you could have stayed in Colony 9. You can say that again. I reckon we'd still be in Colony 9 if you hadn't done that. You mean if I hadn't got myself kidnapped? Maybe. Hey, wait, hang on. You're making it sound all depressing. That's not what I meant at all. What? Think about it, Fiora. If we'd just sat around in Colony 9 for the rest of our lives, we'd never have found a way to beat the Mechon. Oh, I guess that's true. So, cheer up. Me and Shulk were always gonna get off our bums and leave. I learned new things, met new people. It's been great. I wouldn't trade for anything. Really? Thanks, Reyn. Thanks for making me feel better. Anytime. And besides, soon this will be over, and we can all go back to the colony for good. I can't wait. No one thinks that, Fiora. Don't beat yourself up about it. But, Reyn, I don't regret leaving the colony behind. I don't blame you for all this stuff that's happened. That makes me feel better. Thanks, Reyn. Even if you hadn't gotten kidnapped that day, we still would have left. It feels like we were destined or something. You think the Monado would have led you on this journey anyway? Yeah, something like that. Or maybe you'd have just kept browbeating us until we did it. Much as I hate to admit it, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I can't imagine just sitting there with the colony in ruins. I'd have wanted to go out and get revenge on the Mechon. I knew it. So don't worry, okay? Soon this will be over, and we all go back to the colony for good. That sounds great. Since I don't have all of the party pairs at max affinity yet, I'm going to be jumping ahead a bit and polish off the last heart-to-heart in Alcamoth. That seems like a good enough idea. A breathtaking sight between Melia and Reyn can be found on the Sky Terrace near the throne room. And goodbye. It's right out here. The Sky Terrace. Why? God, this just seems like a bad idea. You can see other residential areas that we're not able to get to normally, being locked to that big dome. Those smaller ones are probably accessed through the teleporters around the city. It's an interesting structure of the place. Check that out! How high are we? Man, Alcamoth, what a place! Careful, another step and you shall not be seeing tomorrow. How on Bionis did you get the entire city to float? That's amazing! It's quite simple, really. Right, yeah, simple, she says. I can't get enough of this breeze, though. Makes me feel alive. You enjoy it up here. Personally, I'm not entirely keen on such high places. You what? You live on these floating rocks and you're scared of heights? I wouldn't put it quite like that. You can't hide it from me. I can see it in your eyes, Melia. Such an irritating brute. The truth is, when I was young, I fell from this very precipice. Ever since, I cannot bring myself to look over the edge. You must be joking! Why? You're seriously telling me you fell from here and lived? Yes, I cannot tell you how, because I have no memory of it. That is one heck of a tale, Melia. Everyone has a story or two to tell. This is mine. Now, come on, Reyn. Time to go. Impressive! Nice story, Melia. You winged bunch are a funny lot. Charlotte was right. Reyn can be sweet. Every now and then. I shall grant him this one. It is true. I am afraid that I might fall off the edge. It is due to a bad experience I had in my childhood. You're joking, right? It's nothing. Look! And how is it, Reyn? Whoa! But are you alright, Reyn? I feel dizzy, head spinning. You're right, I'm staying back. I told you so, Reyn. Melia, you try it now. But whatever you do, don't fall off. I'm fine where I am. Thank you. And kindly stop messing around. Ah, oh, come on, I was only playing. I quite agree. Gazing across our beloved land, it's a sight like no other. All those fears and worries just seem to melt away. So you feel it too, eh? It reminds me of when I used to sneak out of school. I'd go watch the clouds go by from the highest hill in the colony. I have to say that sounds just like you, Reyn. Shulk could come looking for me and we'd argue about me skipping off. He'd eventually give up and we'd hang out until school was over. What? But I cannot imagine Shulk being so naughty. Look, Shulk's always been a bit of a rule breaker, just like me. poppycock. I cannot believe that Shulk is anything like you, Reyn. Oh, so that's how you think it is. Tell me, if he's so different to me, what's he doing here? Whatever do you mean? Us two chose to leave behind our old lives and get revenge. Even though Dunban said, something about treasuring life? The point is, Shulk didn't listen, and that's the Shulk I know. I see. It don't matter what kind of danger there is out there. We live by our own rules. I somewhat get your point, Reyn. I am jealous in a way. I've spent my life constrained by the expectations of my peers. Well, my way works for me, and your way works for you. You can't just do random whatever because of all your responsibilities. But you think I'd last 5 minutes being top dog of your people? The Ministry of Health requires daily triathlons of all citizens. They'd be up in arms. Agreed. Best to focus on more suitable matters. Exactly. Now come on, let's find the others. I got that impression. Mother Telethia surprised me in the tomb and you all appeared. Your presence shocked me greatly. Holmes had never set foot inside the tomb before. We've been breaking down barriers like that for years. I heard he even argued with my brother. He sensed I was in danger and persuaded him to let you find me. What is it, Reyn? I'm the one who stood up to Callion, not Shulk. Really? It was you. And it was Dunban that sealed the deal. So, was it Shulk after all? I say something wrong? No, not at all. But I am no longer in the mood to chat. Let us leave. For today's episode, it's going to be a little bit more of a filler episode. Let's touch on finding some of the armor appearances that I've been missing. I'm not going to cover all of them, like these ones up here. These are just the basic stuff that you're going to be finding throughout the adventure. I'm looking more at the ones that I have been missing, that are farther down the list. All of these ones. They are much more out of the way, and you probably wouldn't encounter them just by playing the game. 3 of the sets can actually be found somewhere unexpected. The shop by the Etherlight in Colony 9.
Well,
After the Mechon raid, new equipment gets added to its inventory for some daffy reason. These provide the 3 iterations of the Prodigal appearance, which is new to Definitive Edition. If you've played the epilogue story Future Connected, Melia and Shulk will probably already have these, as the Prodigal sets are quest rewards there. Oh, that looks goofy. Something about that looks real weird. The torso for Hom's Military Type 2 can be found on the Soil Armor and the Hom's Chestplate. The Soil Armor is dropped by various Bios Leg enemies, while the Hom's Chestplate can be bought from the Refugee Camp shop. I believe that still functions, right, guy?
well,
Hom's Chestplate. Titan Type 3 is a squirrelier one to get. This appearance can only be found on the Ledios armor set, which can only be acquired in a couple of ways. The Cuises can be acquired by completing the parts category of the Prison Island Collectopedia page, or as drops from Valak Mountain X and the unique Exposure Wolfall. The plate can be acquired by completing the entire Prison Island Collectopedia page, or as a drop from the Invited Slobos, which only starts spawning during the last of the Valak Mountain quests. The helm, arms, and greaves can be purchased from a hard-to-find shop in Colony 6, and the plate, arms, and cuisses can also be dropped by or stolen from Demon King Dragonia. You are fluorescent. Let's talk about that hard-to-find Colony 6 shop real fast. As you increase the commerce level of the colony, new shops become available. Each has their own operating times, but shop number 8 is the weirdest of the bunch. It's tucked back in a little corner and is only opened between 3 and 6. The shopkeeper isn't a friendly sort, and really you're not likely to run across this by chance. I only found it because I was looking up the locations of the armor appearances that I was missing. Hey, do you say anything?
Yes?
The shops here have really short opening hours. That's why I'm always waiting around for them to open. There are actually a couple of hints as to the shop's existence that you can find during the day. That guy, I just realized, does have a little bit of a hint towards this, but he's also standing directly next to the shop, so I don't know if that really counts. Right, guy? We have this nameless Homswoman by the wooden building near the Reconstruction HQ. Not you.
Well?
Remember how I was saying I want some more shops? Well, there's way too many now. I have to figure out which place has the best stuff. When did I get so spoiled?
Well?
There's one shop I haven't got around to visiting yet. It's only open from 3 in the morning till 6. You can forget about me getting up before 10. Or maybe someone can come and wake me up? And this nameless high-Entian man in front of Shulk's shop.
Yes?
Do you know some of the shops here only open for a few hours? Try coming back at night if you've got time.
Yes?
The woman who owns the shop nearby is pretty hot. What? Got your interest now, hey? Go see for yourself at night. Alright, weirdo. Bye. The next appearance style is the Orion Legacy sets.
Yes?
Legacy 2 is only found on the Rex L armor set, which is, itself, only available for purchase from the previously explained shop number 8 in Colony 6. Legacy 1, meanwhile, is only found on the Orion L armor set, which is only purchasable from the Nopon Sage in the Time Attack shop. Oh yeah, that's why I had you in originally. Oh my god. That looks so silly. Next is the M100 Legacy appearance. Legacy 1 is only found on the M100L armor set, which, like the Orion L set, is only purchasable from the Time Attack shop. Legacy 2 is much easier to find, being on the Taurus L armor set, which is sold by the first Hidden Village shop after the events at the Maineth Shrine. Round. And finally, there's the Titan Legacy appearance. Legacy 1 is found on the Titan L armor set and can only be purchased from the Time Attack shop. Following that, Legacy 3 is found on the Ledios L armor set, which can also be purchased from the Time Attack shop. However, it's also a reward for completing the free version of the Lost in a Dark Dream Time Attack with a rank of at least A. Legacy 2 is found on the Heavy L armor set, which is sold by Colony 6 Shop Number 5. Shop Number 5 is found near the entrance to the colony during the day. I'm missing the resort style chest for resort style 3 for Shulk. What's happening there? How did I miss that? Oh, that's only available from the Alcamoth collection? I haven't finished the Alcamoth collection, apparently. Something that I didn't realize is that for Shulk, Resort Style 3 is only available by completing the Alcamoth collection in Future Connected, the epilogue story, which I haven't done, apparently. There's 2 animals that I'm missing. Trendy leggings. And the trendy hoodie. Monado style is only available from Future Connected as well. This is the version that you start with when you start that story. And then styles 2 and 3 are acquired by completing certain quests. Similarly, Melia's Anemone style is also available in Future Connected. This is the version that she starts with. And then styles 2 and 3 are also only available by completing certain quests. She also has Tyrea's Mask and the Nerthus Crown. Tyrea's Mask is available by progressing the story, while the Nerthus Crown is a side quest thing. Fiora, of course, has her own weird nonsense happening with her armor appearances, as she is unable to wear the same armor as everyone else, and even more nonsense on top of that. I've mentioned before that Fiora can miss a fair number of weapon and armor appearances. 3 were only sold by the first Hidden Village shop before the events at the Mayeth Shrine. The Murder Knives, the Sparrow Blades, and the Power Cowling I arms. And the last missable appearance is the Speed Cowling I drones, which only appeared on the Grizzly drones that were dropped by a number of enemies only found in the Central Factory and Mechonis Field. But for others that I haven't obtained yet, I've actually had these for a while, the 3 Soloist Cowling styles. These become available for purchase from the second Hidden Village shop that appears after the Mayeth Shrine events. The Lucina drones with the Lucina Cowling are also sold in this shop, but were also available for purchase from the shop in Agniratha's Central Tower. Plus, the Lucina Cowling can also be found on the Euclea drones that the Hope Farm shop starts selling also after the Mayeth Shrine. Do you remember that even more nonsense I mentioned before? Well, here it is. Not all of Fiora's armor appearances have a full set. For example, let's look at the F-Attack Cowling sets. None of these have an appearance for her torso, and F-Attack 3 also doesn't have an appearance for her drones. In fact, going forward, the only appearance sets that feature something for her torso are the Power Legacy and Water Cowling sets, which are only available via Time Attack. Legacy 1 is only on the Power L armor set, which can only be purchased from the Time Attack shop. Legacy 2 and 3 can also be purchased, but you can get a set each for free. 2 is a reward for clearing the free version of the uniquely disadvantaged Time Attack with a rank of at least A, and 3 is a reward for clearing the restricted version of the Lost in a Dark Dream Time Attack with a rank of at least B. The Water Cowling appearances are found on the base, F, and H variants of the Sun Visor and Water Frame arms and boosters. The H variants can only be purchased from the shop, but the base and F variants have free sets that you can get by completing 2 of the time attacks. Completing the free version of Third Wheel with a rank of S rewards the base water boosters, and completing the restricted version with a rank of A rewards the rest of the set. Completing the free version of Sparks Fly, You Die with a rank of S rewards the entire F variant set. Neither of these sets have an appearance for her drones, but there are 2 options to be found in the Time Attack shop. The Mitra Legacy appearance found on the Mitra drones L, and the Ishtar Legacy appearance found on the Ishtar drones L. Let's look at what else I'm missing for her. The Attack Cowling III set is purchasable from Colony 6 Shop Number 9 during the day. This appears after Commerce and Housing each reach level 5. The ones you'd be looking for are the Attack 4 goggles, arms, and boosters, or the Power 4 boosters. Backing up a smidge, I also don't have the Attack Cowling II appearance for her drones. This only appears on the Cosmo drones, and there's only one of them in the game. It's a reward for Dullin's quest, A Flower for a Rose, which I am very much not able to do at this moment. I'm actually going to need to back up a little further even. I'm missing her base Power Cowling I drone's appearance too. Also in shop number 9, this appearance is only available on the Mitra drones. The Speed Cowling III set is also found in shop number 9. This appearance is only found on the Speed 4 goggles, arms, and boosters. And backing up again, the Speed Cowling I drones are only found on the Saber drones, which are sold by shop number 7. I think this is shop number 7? Yeah, the Saber drones. Power Cowling III is an odd duck in that there is only one in the entire set, the Power 4 arms sold by shop number 9. Honestly, all three versions of the Power Cowling are weird. Power Cowling I only has the arms and the drones, which are on the Arty drones, which are sold by shop number 9, but can also be found in a treasure chest on Valak Mountain's Three Sage Summit. Power Cowling II is a bit easier to come by. The arms are found on the Z Power arms, which are dropped by a number of higher level enemies across the Bionis, but are also sold by good old shop number 8. The Astarte drones finish out the set, being sold in shop number 7, but could be dropped by M68 Misers in Agniratha, or bought from the shop in the Machina Refuge in Macanis Field. I explained this process once before, but I'll go over it again here. You don't have to actually spend Nopon stones to get armor appearances from the Time Attack shop. This might also be possible with the regular shops with actual gold. I haven't checked. But it's good that you don't have to actually spend the Nopon stones, because the pieces of armor kinda suck as armor by this point, and there's other, more important things to buy in the Time Attack shop. First, put down a manual save near the Land of Challenge entrance. Or anywhere really, it's just easier to do it by the Land of Challenge entrance. Then, buy as many of the armor pieces as you can manage. Now, leave the Land of Challenge to trigger an autosave. It should proc immediately, but if it doesn't, just fast travel to trigger it. Finally, reload to the manual save. You now have all the appearances you just bought, as well as all the Nopon stones that you started with. Repeat until you have all of the appearances. And that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching, and just watch out for one another, and take care of yourselves.